Delicious, guys. Well, Tabsy, come join us because it's time for us to delve into a very deep and powerful topic. Now, we know that burnout and depression is a real thing, and that festive and holiday season pressure, family, death, load shedding, lack of money, and a lot more causes a lot of stress. Now, that is exactly what we're about to unpack today, but we'll also want to share with you our very own stress busters. So tomorrow we had to call you in on this conversation.
Yes.
You did. And I imagine you've gone through many stressful moments in your life, in your career,
Absolutely.
during your time, especially around this time. Holiday season can be so stressful. How do you deal with stress during this time?
I've got a few tricks I like to use. That I'm so glad I sort of invested in my mental health and just looking after myself mentally, because it has been a very stressful couple of years. For me, there are a couple of things. I like to meditate, which just kind of grounds me. I listen to guided meditations that sort of just take you onto the right frequency and just sort of let you kind of disconnect from your worries and be very present in the moment. I think doing anything that keeps you really present in the moment and not thinking about yesterday or tomorrow is a really great way. So whatever that is for you, and it can be physical activity, it can be meditation, it could be prayer, it could be whatever you want to do, but that just kind of gets you grounded and present in the moment. And that is a beautiful way to release a lot of stress and just heighten your frequency.
That's it.
And there, when you're at those high frequencies, there's a lot of healing that can happen there. And so that's a big thing. I mean, but this subject is so important. I'm so glad you guys are talking about it because, I mean, I've personally lost 4 people to suicide in the last year or 2.
Oh, man.
And that is just a couple. I mean, there are so many. And I think I'm so glad mental health is becoming the kind of open topic that it is now. We need to be more aware of it. We need to be aware of other people's struggles. We need to be having open and honest conversations about it, you know, helping each other with tools, and just asking people how they're doing.
And something for me that I've had to kind of call myself out on are what are my triggers? You know, sometimes I could be jolly pally, next thing I'm like,
Jeez, how do you get there?
How did I get there? What happened? Did I hear something? Did I see something on social media that triggered me? Is it something that my auntie or mother or father said? What are some of those triggers? And once you're able to identify those triggers, I believe the next step is reaching out. So whether it is reaching out through guided meditation, prayer, it could also be reaching out to a loved one.
But I do think you're right. Acknowledging where it's coming from and getting to know and understand your triggers and yourself better on that level is going to then help you recognize what's happening next time it happens, and then use the tools you have to kind of help to bring yourself out of it. Like, so that, you know, if you're just kind of ignoring it, you know, the same thing is going to keep happening. But better understanding yourself and what sort of makes you feel those ways is really important. That's our jobs to do as individuals.
One of the things that I have always struggled with when it comes to family and surviving stress during the holiday season is I don't set a budget or stick to it with my family. So
is that a good or a bad thing?
And I think it's a bad thing because everyone then thinks it's a free-for-all. And I think that I let them feel like it's a free-for-all, and then I come back and cry throughout Jan. Hey?
Yeah, I think being smart with your money is with what you have, and working smartly with whatever you've got is a great way to do it. And I do think after what we've all gone through the last couple of years, I think we're all a little bit better with managing our money. I mean, the reality is, you know, the recovery from what we've all been through is not an overnight thing. And I know many people are still dealing with what it feels like to have to rebuild, start over. So many are still dealing with the catch-up, the rebuilding what was lost over a long time. These things take time. We can't just bounce back just like that. You know, everybody is in that boat. You know what I mean? It may look like we're all rocking and rolling again, but there's a rebuilding. So we've got to just manage what you've got carefully.
Be honest.
And just
be honest.
Be like, I can't, guys. Sorry, I love you, but this is where I'm at. And again, this just comes to being honest and vulnerable and yeah.
Being yourself. Well, what I like to say, and I'd like to kind of reference in this moment, whether it's with your budgets, whether it's with your physical health, whether it's dealing with loss, whether it is just mental health. You know what they say, every time you go onto an airplane, first put on your own oxygen mask before helping your neighbor, a child, or another female. You have to make sure that you are fed, you've got your oxygen mask on, and then you can help others.
Yep, don't let the end of the year get the better of you. Make sure that you are protecting yourself in that way as well as your loved ones in the process. We all can do it for ourselves and those that we love. We'll see you just now.